Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to have stories about elephants. I thought that would be kind of fun, but before we do, we're going to sing a song about some elephants. And are elephants little or big? You're right, they're really big. So this is a very silly song because it is about elephants on a spider's web. Could elephants really be on a spider's web? Not unless it was an enormous spider web that was really strong, because elephants are pretty heavy, aren't they? And it goes like this. One elephant went out to play upon a spider's web one day. He had such enormous fun that he called for another elephant to come. How many elephants are there now? Right, 1, 2. 2 elephants went out to play upon a spider's web one day. They had such enormous fun that they called for another elephant to come. What comes after 2? You're right, it's 3. 1, 2, 3 elephants went out to play upon a spider's web one day. They had such enormous fun that they called for another elephant to come. 1, 2, 3. What comes after 3? You know, you guys are smart. 4. 4 elephants went out to play upon a spider's web one day. They had such enormous fun that they called for the last elephant to come. Come on, Boo, out of the way. Boo wanted to see the elephants. Come on, Boo, move out of the way. That's a good girl. So that last elephant is number 5, right? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elephants went out to play upon a spider's web one day. They had such enormous fun that they played together under the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elephants. Well, I've got some stories about elephants. And the first one is about a little boy who had a pet elephant. So Boo is my pet. She's a dog. It would be pretty tricky to have an elephant for a pet, wouldn't it? Because they're kind of big to live in a house. I wonder how that would work. Let's find out. It's called Strictly No Elephants. Oh, he's kind of a cute little elephant, isn't he? The trouble with having a tiny elephant for a pet is you never quite fit in. Kind of hard to fit in when you have a big elephant for a pet. I'm going to take this off. Do you know what this is? This is called the jacket of a book. It's the cover that keeps it kind of nice, but it's hard to read the story with the jacket on. So I'm going to put the jacket down while I read my story. No one else had an elephant. I don't know if you can see, but that little girl has a bird, and in that house there's a cat, and in that house there's a fish, and in that house there's a dog and another dog down here. He's the only one that has a pet elephant. That would be unusual, wouldn't it? Every day I take my elephant for a walk. He is a very thoughtful elephant. Look what he did. He held the umbrella. That was so nice, wasn't it? What a nice little elephant. He doesn't like the cracks in the sidewalk very much. I always go back and help him over. That's what friends do for each other. They help each other over the cracks. That little boy must be really strong. It would be hard to pick up an elephant and lift him over the cracks, wouldn't it? Today, I'm walking my tiny elephant to number 17. It is Pet Club Day, and everyone is bringing their pets. Look at all of the children with their animals. Wow, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Come along, here's a good boy. I coax him the last few steps, and it will be fine. But when I look up, there is a sign on the door. A sign is words that say something. And the words say strictly, no elephants allowed. Oh no, elephants aren't allowed at the pet club. I bet that will make the boy and the elephant sad. My tiny elephant leads me back to the sidewalk. He doesn't mind the cracks this time. That's what friends do, brave and scary things for you. Oh, poor elephant, poor little boy. It started to rain, and they were a little bit sad. Did you try to go to the pet club meeting too? He asked the girl. Yes, she said. They don't allow elephants, I said. They don't allow skunks either, said the girl. Oh, that's too bad, said the little boy. Oh no, no skunks and no elephants. That's not a very nice club, is it? Well, I think maybe we should start our own club, said the little boy. That's a good idea, isn't it? Come along, I say, making certain that my tiny elephant follows me, because that's what friends do. They never leave anyone alone. I think he's making a new friend too, don't you? The girl with the skunk might be his friend too. Soon, all the children who had animals that didn't fit into the club came to join the new club. Look at all of those animals. There's a giraffe pet, and I don't know if that's a stingray or a dolphin, and a bat pet, and an armadillo, and a hedgehog. Oh my, and the skunk and the elephant, all those unusual animals. We can play here, one of the friends said. All of us can play here together. That looks like a fun place to play, doesn't it, with all of those unusual animals? We can paint our own sign that says, all are welcome. They want everybody to be in their club and to be friends together. That's the best kind of club. My tiny elephant will give you directions if you need it, because we want everyone to be in our club, the best kind of club, because that's what friends do. And it looks like they're having a wonderful time with their animals and their people friends, and they live happily ever after. I have another story about an elephant, and you might know this one. It's this elephant. Have you ever seen him before? His name is Elmer, and Elmer has lots of different colors, doesn't he? He's got orange and blue and purple and black and green and pink and yellow and white. All the colors of the rainbow. What a beautiful elephant. Let's hear his story. This book also has a jacket. Remember what I said that was? That was the cover that is on a book. Kind of like when you wear a jacket to keep you warm. There's the jacket of my book. It's Elmer's jacket, and I'm taking it off. And here is the story of Elmer. It's kind of hard to see Elmer in the cover because the book has checkers of all different colors, just like Elmer. Do you see him? If you look closely, you can see him kind of camouflaged or hiding in all of those checkers. There was once a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall, elephants short, elephants round, elephants thin. All of them were different, but all of them were happy. And almost all of them were the same color. You know what color that is? That's gray. All of them, except for Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. Can you see all of those colors in there? I'll say those colors again. Yellow, do you see yellow? And orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. So many colors in there. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, it was usually Elmer that made them laugh. Look at silly Elmer. He's making them laugh. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Who ever heard of a patchwork-colored elephant, he thought. No wonder they laugh at me. One morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. Oh, poor Elmer. He slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. Good morning, Elmer, said the animals. They all knew him. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and he shook it until all those gray berries fell to the ground. I wonder what he's going to do with all those gray elephant-colored berries. Then Elmer laid down and he rolled over and over in the berries this way and that way, and he picked up bunches of berries and he rubbed himself all over until he started to change color. What color do you think he's going to turn? Can you guess? He's rolling in elephant gray colored berries. On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. Good morning, elephant, they said. Do you think that's Elmer? I can't tell, can you? He looks like everybody else. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the other elephants noticed him because he looked like everybody else. As he stood there, Elmer felt something was wrong, but what? He looked around, same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain cloud, same old elephants. What do you think's wrong? I think it might be that he's not being himself. What do you think? The other elephants were standing absolutely still and silent and very serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer, and he lifted his trunk, and at the top of his voice, he shouted, "Boo!" He tried to scare them. "Boo," he said. The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter, and then the other elephants began to laugh. "Too bad Elmer isn't here to share the fun," they said, laughing together. Elmer is there. They just don't recognize him because he isn't his usual color, right? I wonder which one he is, don't you? I bet he's that one. And then the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer," said one of the old elephants, "you played some good jokes before, but this one is so funny. What would we do without you? You must celebrate this every day and every year. We'll call it Elmer's Best Joke. And all of the elephants will decorate ourselves in your honor," they said. And Elmer will decorate himself elephant-colored. I wonder how that will work. Let's see. Look what happened! And one day each year, all of the other elephants color themselves bright and beautiful colors, and one day out of the year, Elmer colors himself gray like an ordinary elephant. That's pretty silly, isn't it? Elmer's the only one without colors and beautiful designs, and now all the other elephants get to share in that fun. That was a good idea, wasn't it? And I like Elmer. What a nice elephant, and I'm glad that he was back to his beautiful patchwork colors because he's one of the most beautiful elephants I have ever seen. And you are one of the most beautiful children I have ever seen. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you another time. Goodbye, friends.